Hello, ABG is back, and today we are bringing you a preview of a game that will be coming out on Kickstarter soon, and the game is Dirty Money. So Dirty Money will be out on Kickstarter on the 13th of October, so do check out the project if you're interested in the game. We'll put the links to the Kickstarter in the description below. So our review of this game is based on the prototype that was sent to us and may not fully reflect the final game. So Dirty Money is actually a game where players are plunged into a world of white-collar crime. You will get your hands dirty with dirty money. And this dirty money you actually obtain from ill-gotten gains. So you can see these are the prototype money cards, where you have currencies of many kinds. You have actually cryptocurrency, and you have your Japanese yen, your euros, and your US dollar. And you can see that there are two kinds of currency in the game, where you can see this symbol over here. This dictates that it's dirty money, and there's another kind that doesn't have that. And your dirty money actually would be your currencies that are of higher value. So thus you are actually attempting to launder all the money. Gameplay is for 2 to 5 players. It's for age 12 and above, and each game takes about 20 to 45 minutes. So players will actually, you'll be one of these players. So you can see that there is Bear of Wall Street, and there are many characters. And I mean, other than the fact that there are characters, there is actually no variable player power here. So in a way, it's mainly a character for you to identify yourself with. The gameplay goes in turns. So in each turn, each player does the following. What you will do is you will actually choose a location and obtain all the action or money card on that location. So the location cards look like this. You have Japan, you have Europe, you have your United States, USA, and you have Banana Republic. Depending on the player count, you have a black market and an auction house. So after you choose a location, you obtain all the action and money card from the location. You will execute all action card in any order that you like. So the action cards that you see in the game are Inspect, Audit, Trade, and Bribery. So obviously those cards will actually affect players if they actually have dirty money in their hands. So after that, you will be performing the location action. Depending on which location you're in, each location has a specific action that you can take. And of course, you will then perform effects on any placement cards that you have obtained. So placement cards are cards that you actually can purchase in the game, and this is also will be the end game trigger. If any player actually obtains 10 placement cards, so to speak, that will trigger the last round and the game will end. So those that are in kind of pinkish red are your location cards or placement cards in Japan. The blue is those that are in Europe, and the green, USA. So some of these actually have quite interesting artwork, as you can see, and that's kind of one of the things that I really enjoy while playing the game. So there is actually a capped hand size, because you'll be holding on to money, dirty money so to speak, and hand size is actually maxed out at 7. And at the end of a round, if you have any excess cards, those go into your black card pile. So in terms of the money cards, in the reverse, you can see that is dictated by money, and there's this little warning triangle symbol. So what happens for this is that if you actually have any card above, if you max out your hand and you are above 7, you will actually gain negative effect from that. Those money that is above 7, you kind of get to choose, and you will place them into your blacklist pile. Let me explain blacklist pile in a while. So end of the round, what happens? You will actually add money card to each location. For any location that only has one money card or one kind of money / action card that is in that location, you add another one to it. So minimally each location will have 2, capping at 4 per location. You replace all placement cards that were bought in the previous round, and the game will actually as mentioned, end when a player has 10 or more placement cards in that round. So how does blacklist cards actually come into play? So blacklist cards will score you 1 negative point at the end of the game, and the one with the most blacklist cards will score an additional negative 2 point, with the one having the least blacklist cards nullifying that effect, which means that you attempt to be the one with the least kind of dirty money or blacklist cards in your blacklist pile, and if that happens, you do not score any negative points. So at Amateur Board Gamer, we would like to rank our games in a 6-prong approach. Our 6 prongs here will be aesthetics, skill, social interaction, luck, replayability, and teaching of rules. So for aesthetics, I can say, I mean, you have seen some of the cards. We will say that the game is functional and attractive enough, with good puns on some of the artwork. You saw earlier there was a photo of Marilyn Monroe in the form of artwork, and to be honest, personally I feel that it's functional enough. It's not the most attractive game that you'll see on table, because at the end of the day, the main color theme of the game is kind of in this darker blue hue. So most of the cards are actually in that shade, and in a way it kind of affected the attractiveness on table. When people actually walk past and look at the game, the attractiveness will suffer a little bit, just purely because it's on the slightly duller tone. But after all, when looking at dirty money, you're not going to be having bright colors and attract attention because you are laundering money. So skill of the game is mainly an engine builder, with a reverse connotation on the dirty money that you actually have. Having dirty money will help you buy your placement cards a lot earlier because they are just higher value. So for example, if you talk about yen, the clean money, yeah, you have kind of like a 2-3 yens, but the dirty version of it, you have the higher value, which is 4 and 5. So obviously having dirty money will help you gain the placement cards earlier, but you are at risk in a form if you're actually holding on, or you're actually trying to accumulate some form of money to make good purchases. You may be at a risk of an inspection or an audit, and you will be caught, and you have to actually place some of this money then into a blacklist pile. So in terms of the skill, there is quite a bit of it going. You actually will be attempting to engine build your way through, because most of the placement cards will have certain effects that will stack. For social interaction, the main interaction is on the action cards, where you talk about your 4 actions: the inspect, audit, trade, or bribery. And so that's where the interaction comes in. And of course, the blacklisting cards at the end, you are trying to make sure that you have the least in your pile. So that definitely will play an impact in terms of the social interaction, because you are trying to have the least among all players. In terms of luck, the only thing that I will actually fault luck is that if the first player that is going has a good flip of cards opening. So for example, at the end of each round, you actually replace the placement cards, and you also open up new money cards to the table. And obviously, if you actually selected Banana Republic in the last round, so its effect is that you actually get to remove a blacklisting card, and you become the first player. So with that, if the flip of the card actually goes in your favor, like most games, that would be where the luck factor come in. But with the exception of that, I think the whole game is very good in terms of it takes away all various of luck factor, because there's no dice roll. So mainly it's literally the flip of cards, and if we actually fault it that much in terms of flipping of cards, we will probably be faulting most games that have cards that actually uses cards in their main play. So in terms of replayability, like any engine builder, there are multiple strategies to winning, and well, to win, cards are actually, as cards are actually locked in a certain sense, you can't access cards anytime you like. You actually have to go to certain locations to purchase certain cards. There are certain locations that help you with the, for example, if we actually look at a high player count and you are unable to go to the first 3 locations that allows you to buy cards, Japan, Europe and USA, there is an auction house that allows you to actually buy something from itself, that you can actually have one of each country. And there is the black market card, if you play in a 4-player count, that you can actually even buy stuff from US, Europe or Japan. So in a way, you can always make player choices that actually help you mitigate some of the issues of the card. And because of that, replayability is scored well. We feel that this game is the kind of game that once you complete playing around, you want to keep going at it one more time, just because you're wondering how did you miss out something, how did you not do that well in certain areas. And in terms of replayability, it's really good. I mean, it's a game that you want to play a lot of the times. In terms of teaching of rules, well, at the start of this video, in about 4 minutes, I attempted to teach most of the rules. Of course, you would require some visuals to learn the rules, but this game really is a game that it's fairly easy to teach. I would say you wouldn't take more than 5 minutes to actually teach the game with the components in play, and thus we actually scored very well in terms of teaching of rules. So all in all, for dirty money, it's a good, fun engine builder with a dark, dirty money laundering theme, and with that, it will score a SS rank in ABG ranking, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who enjoys engine building. So you have been watching Seb from Amateur Boardgamer. If you like this video a like, share with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to us, the subscribe button is on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Click on it. At the bottom there is this bell. You turn on the notification so you get our videos as early as they are out. More of our videos are at the site, and we'll see you for the next one. Thank you for watching.